Good morning, everybody. It's November 28th. Welcome to the Wednesday Wisdom. My name is Marty Forrest. My website is Hello Extraordinary Life. If you haven't been there yet, check it out, helloextraordinarylife.com. On the landing page is a free ebook, 3 Steps to Reprogramming Your Negative Self-Talk. You can check out who I am, what I offer. I have a 6-week course that I offer usually 3 times a year. So sometime in the spring, I'll be doing that. I am also available for one-on-one coaching if you know you are ready and are not quite sure how to navigate on the inside of yourself. It's a journey into loving ourselves from the inside out. If we just don't know how, it's important to get help. So that's what I'm here for. Today, my topic is, it's been rolling around in my head as I've been really struggling with my own place of witnessing someone else who doesn't really want to talk about what's going on. And so I was like, don't look, don't tell. And how many of us grew up in a place like, don't look, don't tell, don't talk about it, don't talk about your feelings, and if you're going to cry, we're going to give you something to cry about, that kind of stuff. Just the messages, whatever they were, that we weren't supposed to feel what we feel, and mostly because our parents didn't know how to do it, not because they were trying to teach us something that was inaccurate or not valid. They just didn't know either. They didn't deal with their own emotions, so how can they teach us? You know, and that's true of anything. If somebody doesn't know how, they are not able to teach anybody else, much less do it themselves. Which is one of the reasons I do this. This is one of my big whys, is to help all of us learn how to navigate on the inside of ourselves, to feel what we feel, rather than stuff it down further, dismiss it, pretend it's not happening. If I don't look at it and I don't talk about it, it'll just go away. You know, and there's a bigger picture of that in our culture that happens. Many of us, it's what the messages that we get everywhere. Don't look at it, don't talk about it, it doesn't exist, or it's not real, and learning how to be fully human means experiencing all of it, all of the feelings, all of the stuff. So I read something about when we're in gestation, when our moms are pregnant with us, and life is happening for her, depending on, so the brain develops in a certain order. You have the reptilian brain, which is the survival. Then you have the limbic system, which is emotions, and the neocortex, which is logic and reasoning. If we have an environment that we don't feel safe in, or when we're born we don't feel safe, whatever that might look like, we're only perception at this point of development. So if we don't feel, there's no logic in this, there's no understanding of this, it's just a feeling. If we don't feel safe, then our feelings kind of get kicked to the side, because our survival, reptilian brain, and our neocortex, our logical brain, wants to keep us safe. And how we feel is not safe. So, survival, logic, kicks the emotions out. This is the development. It's a function of our brain. It so helped me to understand that. I went, oh my God, so this is just what my brain does. And then life happens, and it solidifies that maybe I don't feel safe. And even if it is safe, I will find the things to validate or make it mean I'm not, because that's the function of my brain. That's the physiology. Now, if our feelings are not safe, not valid, they're always going to get dismissed by our logic and our reasoning. And it happens in a nanosecond. There's not even really thought about it. Like, oh, I have a feeling. It didn't feel good. No, don't want to feel that. Shove it down further, or ignore it, or whatever it is, however you want to label it. Having a little bit of that understanding of this is just a function of my brain, because when I don't feel safe, the brain wants me to feel safe, so it's going to do whatever it does to help me feel safe, whether it works or not. When we become mindful and we're here, like you're here listening to this, and you're searching for things to help you on your path, me on my path, it means we're becoming aware. We're becoming conscious that how we are may not be the most effective, and it may not be serving us anymore to continue operating from a place of survival and logic all the time. It dismisses our feelings, which is also our intuition. It dismisses our heart function. Because when we think and feel from our heart, those are all feelings. Often there are no words for feelings. We feel something and there's no way to really express it. It's a feeling. So then we have lots of labels for that, for feelings. But feelings are feelings. Feelings are not necessarily facts, but they're feelings. Doesn't make them true or not true. They're feelings. How do we feel them? How do we acknowledge them? If maybe we've had some practice, maybe we haven't had any practice. Maybe we just know that we default to some emotion, some behavior that's trying to protect us from feeling. So mine is anger. Some people have depression. Some people become more passive-aggressive or defensive. They shut down. They become people pleasers. There's all kinds of ways that it morphs in order for us to have the internal needs met from external people or things. Now, this never works. Not really. We never feel filled up this way. But it is how we operate. So when we're beginning or middle or somewhere in this, because even as long as I've been doing this and as much as I've embraced being human in all of its facets, I still don't like it sometimes, and I still occasionally will default to anger or to dismissing. I call it my intuition today, but I'll dismiss the feeling. And it will always come to bite me in the booty when I do that. So how do we even begin? That's the right question. I go, okay, now how do I share with you this place that you even can begin? Because we know when we get angry, when someone steps on our toes, we know those places. What's under that? That's the question that we begin to ask, which helps me go deeper in. What's under my anger? What's under my depression or my defensiveness or my abrasiveness or my people-pleasing? What's under it? If I'm jealous, maybe. What's under that? There's two columns. There's a column of love and there's a column of fear. And under that are any of those emotions. And if it's not love and it's something else, it's always based in fear. So maybe the question is, you begin to ask, what am I afraid of? Because all the other stuff just masks it, right? What am I feeling afraid of feeling? Sometimes we're afraid of feeling loved or loving because it's not familiar. Coming back to my question, how do we begin? Feel it. Feel it. Sit in it. Be with it. Ask somebody else if you don't know. Because sometimes I don't know what I'm feeling. And when I start to articulate what's going on, then someone else may be able to see it. And they can give me a label for what I'm feeling. The first place to begin is to just feel it. Allow yourself to feel it. So the reaction is this, whatever your reaction is. The mindful part comes in, okay, I just had a reaction. What's under it? What am I afraid of? What's that feeling? Acknowledge it. I don't have to do anything about it. I don't have to act on it. I don't have to change it. I just get to feel it. Something triggers you, somebody cuts you off. There's always that fear factor when somebody cuts you off, that moment of fear. The brain, it's a fight or flight, right? Our fear factor is a fight or flight response to life. When we begin to ask a different question, we start to diminish those fear, fight or flight reaction chemicals, and it disrupts the brain pattern to tell our brain that it's safe. And it's safe to feel. I don't have to do anything about it, and I don't have to act out on it. Because that can also be driven by fear. I simply need to feel it. I don't need to do anything. I get to feel it. Choice, right? I'm at choice. Then once I've identified what I'm feeling, and I feel it all the way through, then I can decide if there's an action to take. Do I need to have a conversation with someone? Do I need to just go take a walk somewhere? What do I need to do to comfort myself? Sometimes I like to write, so sometimes I do a lot of writing. Sometimes I will call someone. Sometimes I'll take a walk. It's important to acknowledge what you're feeling. If it's no longer serving you, I had a conversation with someone yesterday, and her protector is Mama Bear. Mama Bear shows up and she wants to overprotect her children, but she also overprotects her wounds inside of herself. So we had this whole conversation with Mama Bear. And I said, okay, Mama Bear, you've served us well. You've done your job well. You've protected well. You've just been extraordinary in this role that you've played. Now, so I'm acknowledging, right? I'm acknowledging this protector, this Mama Bear that shows up when she feels threatened or she feels her children are threatened, live children. She has children. When she feels threatened by something her husband might say, Mama Bear comes out. So acknowledge Mama Bear. Thank you for doing your job so well. It's gotten me here in my life today. I've survived to this point. That's survival mechanism, right? Now let's collaborate. It's just a conversation with yourself. Let's collaborate. Because I would like you to play a different role. I'd like your help to actually feel what I'm really feeling instead of being defended by you. So now I'm asking her to help me in a different way. Because we all have something that protects us, right? However it shows up in all those behaviors I had listed. So sometimes that conversation with myself, with that part of myself, to give it a new role, I coach. So sometimes I'll go, when that protector in me shows up, I go, hey, coach. Okay, I know this is what we're doing. We have some fear of money. We have some fear of I'm going to be late or whatever it is. Fear of not enough is usually the underlying. I go, all right, hey, coach. This is my conversation with myself. I'd like you to go find and label every single thing that's good in our life. See, it shifts my perspective, and it gives her a job to do. instead of living in that fight or flight protective mode. It gives her something else to do, because I live with her. I live with this person. You live with this person inside of you that's trying to protect you. So when we can acknowledge that they've done their job, we have a conversation and ask for a different way. We begin to change the pattern. Because she's going to keep living with you, but you're giving her a new role. And then that's going to allow you to actually feel the things that you aren't feeling, that she's protecting you from. And even the feelings, you can do the same thing. Thank you for revealing yourself to me so that I can see what I feel afraid of or what I feel afraid of losing. Whatever that may be for you. Whatever that fear. It's always fear, right? It's fear or love. And then I disrupt it by asking her to do something else. I'm shifting the perspective, and I'm shifting to that label of love. And moving out of the fear and into that love place of all the things that I do have, or all the things that are good in my world. Shifting into the gratitude. That's just one way of beginning to feel what we so often want to dismiss. Because that's the function we gave our brain to do. That's what I want you to get. There's nothing wrong. We are whole, complete human beings who are learning new ways to do things. New ways to feel, new ways to be with ourselves. Because the more we can do that, the more we can love ourselves from the inside, the more we can love our life outside. And I'm looking at my time. I'm going to stop right there. Who would like to share? What did you get from that? Your aha moment, your takeaway?
This is Lori Hauk. I like the part where we're asking or assigning them a different role.
Mm-hmm.
Thanking them for doing their job previously, but here's what we'd like to do now, and I think that's awesome. You've really put it very well on how to talk to yourself on the inside. Thank you.
You're welcome. The other two are muted. The other two are muted. Laura, Donna, and Stacy, you're muted. If you would like to share. And then I just lost Stacy, I think.
No, I'm just sort of spaced out today.
It's okay.
But a lot of what you said is very, very true, because sometimes I have trouble identifying why I'm feeling what I'm feeling. Mm-hmm. And I write about it as to, what my ultimate fear is, what am I afraid of. It brings things to the forefront for me. And I can deal with them better. That's all I can think of.
Excellent. That's good. Good stuff. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Marty.
Yes, thank you.
Very welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good day.
Take care of yourself.